We are coming to you with urgent breaking developments out of Israel and Iran. And what we are about to show you is something that no analyst, no military planner, no intelligence agency anywhere on this planet was prepared to explain. Iran has just announced the launch of its sixth wave of massive missile and drone strikes against Israel and 27 American military bases across the Middle East. The sixth in less than 48 hours. This is not retaliation. This is a campaign. And as we speak, the sirens have not stopped from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Videos are flooding in from every direction. Right now, we are looking at footage from Beit Shemesh, a residential town 35 kilometers from Jerusalem, where an Iranian missile struck directly into a bomb shelter underneath a synagogue. Not a military target, a bomb shelter. The place people ran to in order to survive. Shattered concrete, twisted rebar, rescue workers with flashlights moving through smoke, pulling people from the rubble, children's belongings scattered on the ground, screaming. And here is the detail that is stopping every defense analyst. We are speaking with tonight dead in their tracks. Israel's air defense system did not intercept this missile. It did not arrive late. It did not miss. It simply did not intercept it. Let us be precise about what is happening to Israel's air defense architecture right now. Israel operates the most layered missile defense system in the world. From the ground up, Iron Dome for short-range rockets and artillery shells, David Sling for medium-range threats, Patriot for ballistic threats at medium altitude, Arrow 2 and Arrow 3 for interception in the upper atmosphere and in space. On paper, this is an absolute shield. Tonight, that shield is allowing strikes through for the sixth consecutive time. The reason lies in the nature of Iran's weapons. The Fata missile travels at speeds exceeding Mach 13 times the speed of sound. Its warhead is a hypersonic glide vehicle that separates from the main missile body and begins to maneuver, zigzagging, changing its angle of attack unpredictably. Air defense systems operate by predicting trajectory. If the trajectory changes every few seconds, there is nothing left to predict. But there's a second factor that the Wall Street Journal is reporting tonight. Israel's Arrow interceptor stockpiles are critically depleted. American defense officials knew about this problem for months before this operation was authorized. And the operation was authorized anyway. That means every new wave of Iranian missiles is meeting a thinner and thinner shield. The sixth wave is hitting a system that is no longer what it was 48 hours ago. Let us ask the question that every military planner is obligated to answer tonight. Where did the assessment go wrong? Because it did go wrong. That is now undeniable. Mistake 1. Underestimating the depth of Iran's arsenal. Intelligence proceeded on the assumption that Iran's supply of Fata hypersonic missiles was limited, enough for 1 or 2 demonstrative salvos. 6 waves in 48 hours suggests that either the stockpile was dramatically larger than assessed, or Iran successfully dispersed its production infrastructure so that strikes on those facilities did not stop the launches. Both conclusions require a complete reassessment of the intelligence picture from the ground up. Mistake 2. The Arrow interceptor stockpile. The United States knew for months that Israel did not have sufficient Arrow interceptors to sustain a prolonged high-intensity engagement. The operation was launched without resolving that problem. Arrow interceptors are not manufactured quickly, and they cannot be replenished mid-conflict in days or weeks. And now on the sixth wave, Israel is defending its cities with a shield that has growing holes in it, visible to American defense planners before the first strike was ever authorized. Mistake 3. Beit Shemesh. The deaths of 9 civilians in a bomb shelter underneath a synagogue are not a battlefield accident. They are a systemic failure. Shelters were built for a specific category of threat. Hypersonic missiles with maneuvering warheads are a different category entirely. People went to those shelters believing they would survive. Tonight, that belief is buried under the concrete of Beit Shemesh. The gap between what the shelter was designed to withstand and what Iran just fired into it is a gap that nobody adequately prepared for. Beit Shemesh is not a military installation. It is a quiet, predominantly Orthodox Jewish suburb of Jerusalem with a population of approximately 130,000 people. A place where families built homes, raised children, and walked to synagogue on Shabbat. Tonight, it is the place where rescue workers are digging through the collapsed floor of a bomb shelter beneath one of those synagogues. 9 dead, 28 wounded, including children, 2 in critical condition. In less than 2 days of conflict, Israel's civilian death toll has reached 11. This is something Israeli society has not experienced in this conflict until today. Civilians killed inside the shelter they ran to in order to live. For the Trump administration, the footage from Beit Shemesh creates a political problem that cannot be managed through messaging. The operation was presented to the American public as a fast, surgically precise, technologically superior campaign. Trump personally declared that Iran's entire military command was gone and that thousands of Iranian forces wanted to surrender. The 6th wave of missiles killing children in bomb shelters is the visual reputation of every word of that narrative. Congressional opposition has already been pointing to the fact that this operation was launched without legislative authorization. Now it has more than a legal argument. It has footage, not projections, not analysis. Footage from Beit Shemesh. For Netanyahu, the domestic political pressure is reaching a level that is difficult to overstate. Israeli society entered this conflict with an expectation that a strike would be delivered, Iran's capability would be destroyed, and the threat would be removed. 6 waves of missiles and 11 dead civilians are now demanding an answer that the government does not have a comfortable response to. Where is the plan to protect Israeli cities? Not the plan for the next strike on Iran. The plan for stopping Iranian missiles from reaching Israeli population centers. That plan is not visible tonight. A separate political signal arrived today from London. The United Kingdom announced it had granted the United States use of British bases for strikes on Iranian missile positions. That decision pulls a NATO member that was not publicly participating in this conflict directly into it. Every government in Europe is reading that announcement right now and asking the same question. When does the request come to me? There is a harder military question underneath all of this that needs to be asked directly. If Iran is launching its 6th wave 48 hours after the start of an operation, whose stated objective was the destruction of Iran's missile capability, then that capability was not destroyed. Not in the opening hours. Not across 2 days and more than 1,000 American and Israeli strikes. Which means the question that nobody in Washington or Tel Aviv has a comfortable answer to is this. What exactly was achieved by killing Camilla? Decapitation of the regime was supposed to paralyze the command structure. Instead, the IRGC announces the 6th wave. Iran forms a temporary leadership council under its constitution. The machine is still running, and that means the theory of victory that launched this operation is under the most severe stress test it has faced right now tonight. With the 6th wave already in the air, there are 3 paths forward from this point, and none of them leads to the outcome this operation was designed to produce. The first path is maximum escalation. The United States and Israel continue deepening strikes on Iranian territory in an attempt to finally locate and destroy what remains of the missile arsenal. Trump stated directly today that combat operations will continue until all objectives are achieved. This path carries the highest risk of further expansion.